Cam, is your offense getting too much of a beat here?
Yeah. We got to play better on defense. We got to get back to surrender in three at most. And we just got to handle sudden change better.
You said after the game that was hopefully the worst that you'll play all season. What have you seen? I know it's early in the practice week. What have you seen the response that tells you that will be the worst?
I've seen guys come ready to work, and only way to change that is on Sunday. We can put in the work throughout the week, but that's what we get judged on, and hopefully our work builds up this week.
Yeah, what did you see from them up front against San Francisco? I mean, San Francisco's got Bosa, it looked like they held up better than some expected.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game for a long time, and it came down the last drive, but they're pretty stout up front. Some big guys. They're all like 6'4", and they do a great job blocking.
Even without Bakhtiari, it looks like they're holding up on it.
Yeah, they've had to move around a lot of pieces, but they've done a pretty good job. Getting the one guy to go from center to left tackle, and then just getting your young guys ready. It's pretty awesome to see, and it's gonna be a heck of a challenge for us.
Yeah, how do you stop Aaron?
Team effort. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's done it at a high level. But it's going to take, not just the defense, it's going to take the offense going out and getting 7 points every time, special teams, putting them in long yardage and, creating a splash off of that. And then we got to make the plays we're supposed to on defense. Sacks, turnovers. They don't have a lot of turnovers, but when you do get them, you got to make sure you seize those opportunities.
What's the difference between defending Rodgers and Allen? Is Allen, he'll break the pocket to run, and Rodgers, like his legs versus his feet, almost Rodgers is more about will do in the pocket?
Well, Rodgers is a lot more seasoned. He could be drifting in the pocket just to buy a little bit more time for his receivers. And even if sometimes you feel like you have good coverage and, you got a safety leaning over one way, he can still, drop it right into Adams.
You guys weren't able to get as much pressure on Burrow last week, didn't have any sacks. What has to change between the pass rush last week and this week? Is it as simple as getting TJ back, or is there...
No, I thought we got pressure early on, but for us, we got to do a better job of stopping the run. A lot of times, they didn't just put their quarterback in harmful situations. We got to create a culture where he's got to go out and, play third and longs and have longer fields. Too many times, he either started, at a 50-yard and, could simply just run the ball. And, we got to do a better job of, holding up on first and second down.
Cam, it usually takes a year, they say, for knee injury to come back fully. Bush will be a year, a couple weeks here. Do you see him progressively getting better as long as
he is, but it's still, an early sample size. He's coming off a tough injury, but every week we just got to think he's going to be getting better and better, whether it's communication-wise or what he's seeing or what he's feeling. Taking time off, you always got to knock off some rust. So hopefully by the end of this thing, he's feeling really good.
I don't realize he's still a young guy, too, with knowing a lot of that in-home experience.
Yeah.
A little bit difficult, too?
I don't think it's been that difficult. I just think between him and Joe trying to get that cohesiveness together and trying to balance each other out.
Pass rush situation out during the game, if you're facing a 17-year veteran versus a guy who made 10 career starts, do you have a different, your game plan or your mindset? Is it pretty much just in the heat of battle, or do you think you might do something different here? You might outsmart me or something or whatever?
It's funny because with a seasoned quarterback, you get him thinking through the game a little bit more, understanding what a defense is given to him. He's not necessarily reading, but he knows what he's going to get on this particular play. It's funny because he rolls out opposite of most quarterbacks. So we got to make sure we're ready on all heels because most defenses aren't used to that. So, he likes to do things a little bit different, and we got to make sure we take care of business.
Joe Hayden said yesterday that Aaron Rodgers was his favorite quarterback. When you think about just all the years that Rodgers has played, what are some moments that maybe stick out to you as signature, like Aaron Rodgers plays, games, things like that?
Well, for me, I remember I was at the Super Bowl versus Steelers, and that drive, that throw he had to Donald Driver was pretty special. I was a Steeler fan back then, so watching that game and seeing him hoist up that trophy was pretty special. But I was pretty salty about it.
Cam, you were pretty successful with 4-man pressure in the Buffalo game. How hard is it to get 4-man pressure when the two guys, it's pass rusher guys, right there with Highsmith?
But we have other guys that are able to step up as well. I won't take anything away from TJ or Alex, but when we're out there, we still feel like we have a chance. A lot of times they were just throwing quick or just running the ball, and that happens. You look at that last sequence of plays in the first half where it goes from 7-7 to 14-7. That creates a culture in the second half where, hey, we got a lead, let's just run it and not put our quarterback at harm's risk. But hopefully we can stop the run a little bit better, get the lead early, and try to capitalize on it.
You had an opportunity to blitz a lot this year? It didn't seem like it as a unit.
There's blitzes.
Not as much as years past.
Whether it's a blitz or false blitzes and you're just bringing forward, there's different things we do. But, you got to be able to mix it up.
Can you fool a 17-year vet?
We'll see.
Let's talk in the room about the last 2 games. Your message as a captain about adversity.
It's time to bounce back. I think we've been in both of these games, and it's come down to execution errors and mistakes on our end. But let's see if we can learn from it. Let's see if we can just get a W this week.
Last 2.
Yeah, I know the standard is the standard. It's just one of those things that goes here. But is it fair to ask, Jameer Jones to beat T.J. Watt on a given Sunday? Or any player? I don't mean any player.
No, it's not fair to ask that, but it's fair to win the game. It's fair to, be the best person you can be on Sunday. We're not asking anybody to replicate what somebody else does, but we're asking them to help us just get a W.
Last one.
Ben last week said, hey, let's not panic. Mike said that exact same thing on Tuesday. Yet you've got young guys that are in roles that they have to be good now.
Yeah.
They have to be good now. How do you get those kids to not freak out?
Kids.
Well, I mean, hey, dude, I'm friggin' old.
Yeah.
Old too.
Oh, thanks.
So, how do you get
Thanks.
them to walk that line of get urgency, but not get so hyped up that they try to do too much or get out of what they're supposed to do?
I'll just say we were all young. We were all kids at one time. Ben was a kid at one time. Just because you're young doesn't mean you can't be good in this league. It comes down to your preparation, your execution, and then just, doing it on Sundays.
Devin, how's the transition going with you and the communication, everything going between you and Joe this week?
It's going good. I think we're doing a good job with it. We have no difficulties with it. So I would say it's on a good track.
You feel like you guys kind of complement each other well with your skill sets?
Yeah. I think we're just 2 good players. We know how to play the position. We've been playing the position for a while. So it's nothing really new for us.
Has it been a little more you on backs and him on tight ends and coverage?
Just depending on the defense and what we want to get accomplished that week. But it could be missing a match, and whatever matches up that week, and we feel like it's the best for us, we're gonna do it.
How about Aaron Jones this week? Great pass catcher out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Like the number 2 target.
What you asking?
Well, would this be a week where maybe you might see a little bit more of the running back?
Yeah, depending on, like I said, just during the week, see which works better, which complements us better, and we'll go from there.
Devin, when you factor in coming back from the injury and now having a new guy next to you and Joe, how would you, evaluate yourself 3 games in so far?
I still feel like it's pretty early. Obviously, me and Joe still building that connection. I would probably want to say it's not doing so good just because of the losses we took, but there's always room for improvement.
What would you like to improve specifically?
Just getting off the field on 3rd down, 3 and outs, creating turnovers.
I know you probably figured it was going to take some time because of the knee. Did the groin set you back much too?
I think it was just something I had to deal with, something I had to learn through, fight through and learn my body more.
Was that in practice that happened, or was it?
It was a Friday practice.
Devin, do you feel like that you yourself have been making enough plays?
I think I can make a lot more plays, but like I said, I think it's still early. Only in week 4, so I mean we got a long season ahead of us.
At 1-2, Tomlin told us Tuesday you guys are going to have to practice with an edge this week. How have you seen that kind of go today and yesterday?
Just getting the W, man. Going out there and having a mindset of just, nothing that matters happened. I mean, nothing matters that happened the week before. I mean, going out there and just winning.
Have these 2 days of practice been different for you guys as a team than the previous few weeks?
I mean, knowing that we got to get a W, yeah.
You and TJ got anything on the line this week?
Say it again?
You and TJ got anything on the line this
Nah.
Do you evaluate yourself on just not having any negative plays, any MAs or anything, or do you evaluate like on splash plays or
I mean, you do your job. You do your job week in, week out. Splash plays will come. I mean, just because you make a splash play don't mean you do your job. Some people make a splash play and could do the complete wrong thing. So, I mean, it's all about being consistent.
You guys have faced good quarterbacks the first 3 weeks too, but how much does it kind of go to another level when you face someone like Aaron Rodgers who's been doing it for so long and is going to be in Kansas someday?
Just being real swift, knowing that he knows. I mean, he's been around the game for a long time, have a ton of experience, so, you got to be real good in what you do and how you execute it.
Devin, you and Vince last year were able to be that 5th guy, that blitzer, sometimes up the middle. Not so much of an opportunity so far this year. Is that changing philosophy or just not a chance to do it?
Like I said, I think it's still early. So, I mean, it's a lot of things we're doing differently. Me and Sho being 2 different linebackers, obviously we still trying to figure out that happy medium between the 2.